Hello everybody, it's Storm here. Welcome back to Factorio. In the last episode, we finished up the final stages of producing our plastic bars, and then we began building extensions to our rail network to get the plastic bar loaded on trains, and then get the bars to where we need to use them. And we're still working on that. In between episodes, as I said, I went ahead and finished filling in the rail lines, so that's all taken care of. We just now need to set up the offloading areas over here. For the plastic bars, we're probably going to do over here, and the residual gas. Residual gas, again, we're just going to store for the time being until we need it, because we're going to use it to make lubricant, which we're going to then use to make eventually blue belts and electric motors. So, which we did get the research for, and we're working on flight so that we can actually start eventually making construction bots, which will start making our life a lot easier to get things built and stuff like that. Okay, so let's go ahead, and we're gonna need why can't I find my there? Like, where in the world are the train stops? Okay. Alright, we're gonna need 2 more train stops. There we are. And then we're gonna offload our plastic bars here. I went ahead and built the warehouses. Oh, I'm going to need some more power, electric poles though. Connect that in. Piece of cake. Alright, now we're gonna rename this as just plastic loading, and then we're gonna call this plastic unloading. Alright, and then we're going to give the train a schedule, because we now have a place that it can come. Let's make you white, because that's the color of the plastic bars. And we're going to give you a schedule. You're going to head to the refueling station. Sit there till you're inactive for 5 seconds. Then you're going to go to plastic loading, inventory full. Or... well, plastic bars are coming in a trickle at the moment. I need to check that. Full inventory, or inactivity for 5 seconds, or 200 seconds have passed. Okay. And then you're going to head to the unloading area. Inventory empty, or inactivity for 5 seconds. Actually, no. This we're actually going to keep as just empty the inventory. So I don't want it constantly going back and forth and burning fuel. I don't think we're going to really need it to be in a constant circuit. So I don't think we're going to be using the plastic that much at the moment. Alright. Alright, let's follow it. Let's make sure that it's going to get where it needs to go. Flight is done. Alright, I think we'll just skip ahead to the next stage. Just run it through a cycle, make sure there are no issues. Alright, there, it loads, and then it heads up to unloading. And then it empties. Perfect. Okay, what we'll probably do is just let it empty. Let's build a few more of those. And then just let it continue on with its cycle automatically. Also, let me just get a quick look. I did change this out a little bit, because it looked like that we weren't feeding these things fast enough. So I added inserters, and it did help a bit. But I think we've reached its limit again. Yeah, I think everything's just running as fast as it's going to. For the time being. We're going to have to find better, more effective ways of making plastic eventually. Okay. So, now we want to do the same for the... Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have to go grab some more engines. And I don't think I'm really going to need a full set of 6. We did that before. No, we don't want that there. We did that before, but I think we'll hold off for loading. Everything. I can't find words. Okay. Yeah, we put 6 pumps to load the gas, but I think that's a bit overkill. I might go rearrange that just so that I'll have the pumps for use elsewhere. The residual gas does seem to be backing up a bit. And then we'll bring everything up here and stick it in a tank for the time being. There we go. And we'll call this, residual gas unloading. Oh. Unloading. I may change these names at some point as we have more facilities, and it's like, alright, which plastic area is this again? But for now, this is fine. Residual gas loading. And your color... Let's see, try and make it purpley, the same kind of color of the gas. And let's see, refueling station, inactivity, loading, inventory full, or an activity, or time passed 200 seconds. And then we do the unloading for inventory empty. Just do it that way. All right, and let it run. And it shouldn't have any issues because it's basically following the exact same path as the other train. So we should have no problems. Okay. And we're just going to stick it in that tank for now. Then we'll do something with it later. Okay, so we now have plastic. Oh, let me get this. What do I need for construction robotics? I need robotics. Makes sense. Do it. All right. So let's go ahead. We no longer need any of this plastic stuff in there. All right, so we're now making the silicon wafers, where we have the tin copper wire, and we have the plastic bars. So we can start making the transistors, which we're going to be using. Now, why would we be using... Can I not use electric assembly machines? Ones for this. I believe I can. And they would be better. Yes. Okay. Alright, so for the time being, what we're going to do is I'm going to make a bunch of inserters. That's what we're going to do. And we'll have this whole set load near side belt. And then the belt is going to come up here. And for now, we're just going to run it to here. We may need to underground it a bit in certain spots to accommodate for other things. But for now, this should be good enough. All right, plastic bars. All right. So what I think we're going to do is bring these guys down here. Should that work? I think that should work. And you guys are going to be making transistors, right? And then we're going to say... Now it's going to take 2 swings to get to that. So, let's see. Pick up and drop off. And then we'll do normal for plastic. Oh yeah, definitely they take long enough to make them that a single inserter swinging twice is going to be more than enough. We can always upgrade it to a stack inserter eventually if we need to. So... let's go ahead and take the outputs here. We're going to bring them north. Do I want to double-side it? Actually, I'm going to change the plans on that. We're gonna single-side these guys, I think. Single side these guys, and then we're gonna... oh, wrong thing. And then we're gonna put our excess stuff there. And then we need to make basic electronic components, which we are making over here from this stuff. How much do I need? We need one factory making them. Are we going to need any solder? We are going to need solder. So I could just basically borrow this production, right? And what we might do is rearrange this a little bit to put some extra ones in here. Okay. I think I was actually double inserting these guys. Okay. There we go. Okay, robotics are done. So we can now do construction robotics, which will allow us to make construction robots. Good. Okay. And we can actually use some of the materials that we are making now for the electronic circuit boards to make the robot brains. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to borrow. So if that's the case, we also are going to need circuit boards. Okay. And they are going to need phenolic boards, copper plates, tin plates. And we're going to need ferric chloride solution. How do we make the phenolic boards? We need wood, which we're making. We can actually make a bit more of it if we need to. And we need resin. Ooh, resin's going to be interesting. Because there are a couple ways to get resin. We can make resin from raw wood, right? Which we can do. And we would just need 2 factories making raw wood. How much raw wood will we need to produce? We don't have the angel stuff set up. I am going to work on that at some point. I'm going to get those angels arboretums running. I just have to figure out things. We would need 8 greenhouses to produce enough wood to feed this. Okay. Alternative method of getting resin. Alternative method of getting resin. Well, actually, let's not worry about the resin right now. Let's do the ferric chloride solution. Ferric chloride solution requires hydrogen chloride gas and iron ore. We don't need a ton of it. Are we doing anything that makes hydrogen chloride gas? I think we do. Oh, we're not actually producing this, so we're running out of hydrochloric acid, right? So we're not making hydrochloric acid. We're also running out of purified water, which means that we aren't working on crotinium. Okay, so I gotta fix this. Looks like we're gonna have to flare off some hydrogen. And we're gonna need to make some more of this. Okay. Okay. That could work. And we're actually going to need to take, basically siphon off of this gas for our own purposes. And I may need to use a train for that as well. Oh, we have a power outage. There we go. Okay, so I need to get down there and I need to fix the chloride or the chlorine processing. We're going to need a overflow valve and we're going to need a flare stack. Okay, construction robotics is done. Now, let me just park the car over here. We have a few things we need to fix because we are short, it would seem, on purified water, which is crazy because we're making tons of it, but we must be using a bunch of it and we need to fix this. We need modular armor. Right, we're going to need modular armor so that we can have our personal roboports. So that we can actually have our own set of robots that can build things for us. And we're also going to need roboports, right? Modular roboports. But let's get the modular armor first. So let's go for modules. Research it. Alright, so what we're going to do is I'm going to stick an overflow valve on here, and then we're going to stick a flare stack on top of that, and we're going to give this some power. Actually, let me do this. I'm going to put 2 flare stacks on it. Hydrochloric acid is back being made, and the crotinium mine is back up and running. That is good. It's a good thing that we... Oh no, we did not. The whole crotinium refining has shut down. Okay, so that should get back operational again. Okay, let's get a chemical plant. And wouldn't you know it, guess what this isn't doing? Anything. There we go. And what I'm probably actually going to do is the chlorine actually building up? Not really. Saline water is not being clarified. Nothing is going through there. So we are using it as fast as we're making it at the moment. We could always make more. Chloric wastewater. Where does that chloric wastewater come from? Ah, yes, it comes from the crotinium processing. Okay, makes sense. That may be what was causing our shortage of purified water, because without that operating, we aren't making any purified water out of these guys. We also aren't making any saline water out of these guys. So... But this is starting to drop. The hydrochloric acid is starting to build up. Okay, yeah, we're gonna need some of that. All right, let's just see how much. Okay. How much will we need? 3 per second hydrogen chloride gas product? Which means we would need... just one guy. And saline water, which we would get from, say, water purification. We would just need one... Can I do the Mark II hydro plants? I don't think I can. Mark I hydro plants. Yeah, we could make actually a dedicated line for this. That wouldn't be hard. That would not be hard at all. And we would need another loading area, right? Yeah, another loading area. Make a gap. I think we can probably bring it in there. Put my signals in. We're going to need a stop. There we go. And we're going to need a train, which means we're going to need a couple of tanker cars, and we're going to need some more engines. Which we can go grab some engines. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look a bit more into that resin. That's the one thing that's gonna be a bit of a concern. I mean, we could just make a simple greenhouse raw wood processing setup. It wouldn't be too hard. But I would need to see if there's a better way to make some resin. Can I feed some more iron in here? Yep, there we go. And I'm blanking. What was I down here for? Oh, we're down here for engines. There we go. Alright, so train, go here, and the tankers there and there. And then what we'll probably do is we'll just put single guys there. Let's go ahead and give it some fuel. And then we need to find a way of getting some of this stuff. Okay, we're going to need one electrolyzer. We're going to need one hydro plant. And we are going to need two... No, actually, we only need one chemical plant because we already have one. And we're going to also need a pump. We're going to need a pump. There we go. Modules are done, so now we can do the modular armor. Research that. Okay, hydroplant. First thing we need... And we're going to need to find a way to route the purified water that's going to come out of this into the purified water system. That shouldn't be too tough. Oh, and I did make an electric boiler and upgrade that boiler over here for the steam that we were using to do the steam cracking for the plastic. So that got upgraded. And let's see. Where did it put the pump? Pump, pump, pump. There you are. And you're going to be doing water purification. All right. Saline water is going to be pumping into an electrolyzer. To split it. And I actually do not care about the sodium hydroxide out of this. That is just a useless byproduct to me at the moment. So I am just going to put it in the void chest. We will have uses for it in the future, but we can make literally as much of it as we want whenever we want, as long as we have a source of water. So I'm not that worried about just destroying a bunch of it right now. Let's see, is there a purified water line somewhere close by? The closest is going to be up here. Alright, let's see. If if we were to connect into that... Can we get across that? Yep, we can get across that. I'm going to need to start making... plastic pipe. All right, we're going to connect in here. There we go. And that is also connected to clarifiers, so if it does happen to overflow, we don't need to worry about it. Okay, so we're now going to take the chlorine and the hydrogen from this. And we're going to pump it directly into a... Now, these produce more hydrogen than chlorine, but we need equal parts hydrogen and chlorine. So we are going to have to flare... we are going to have to flare this, I think. Flare stack with a overflow valve. And you guys are going to be making hydrogen chloride gas. Because these pipes are going to fill up, and then it isn't going to move anymore. Right. So, there we are. That. And that. And that. There we go. So there will be a little bit of overflow, and eventually that'll just get rid of it. Okay. The issue is that we are not doing anything with that. So we now need a tank. We're getting a little bit long in this episode, but it's all right. I just want to get this, at least to this point, done. Then we can go ahead and get to the point where we can make the ferric chloride solution next episode, I think. All right, so let's put in a tank. There we are. Now we're putting that in a tank. And then we'll just go ahead and pump it straight away into those guys right there. And then I will make you a really nice kind of neon, kind of like greenish yellow kind of color. There we go. For chlorine. Modular armor is done. Beautiful. So we're going to need portable solar panels, portable battery equipment, is the portable robo port even possible? Modular robo port. Modular robo port. Personal roboport is going to need blue research. Okay. All right, that's fine. Oh, actually, one thing we want to do here is we want a pipe on that output. So basically, any of this that comes in there should be immediately pumped through. What we could use is another hydro plant. I know we're getting a little bit long here, but it's all right. That's more of a concern for me. And how much time I have for recording. Let's see, will that cause an issue if I need to expand that? Nope, it will not. It will fit. It will just fit. Not quite enough to get this to run constantly, but it's better. Alright, that's going to take a while to fill these tanks up, but we aren't going to be using this very fast, so it'll take a long time to actually drain these tanks, so we should be alright. Alright, we'll go ahead and end it here. Let me just stick a light there. Probably need some lights up there. But yeah, we'll end it here, and then we will work on getting this stuff up to our manufacturing area, and then we will turn it into ferric chloride solution. Then we'll get these phenolic boards made, and then we will get these circuit boards made, and then that'll be the last component we need to make the electronic circuit boards. And then we'll start getting those manufacturing, and then we'll move on to making inserters probably. Alright, so hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.